By the dawn of the second day, we started to realize in what kind of mess we were in. South of us, the defensive line seemed to have collapsed completely, with German panzers steamrolling our positions. Our unit was still trying to continue its task to protect the allied units that were retreating from the south. But our supply situation continued to worsen. The men were running out of ammunition. They picked up what they could, even enemy weapons. But even those ran dry, and the men had to resort to use their rifles as clubs. We had no choice but to retreat. The river running through Koklovka would be our final line of defense. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our Typhoon Rising campaign in Graviteam Tactics Mius-Front. By this point, I do not believe that we can still win this campaign. If we take a quick look at the points, then we can see that the Allies' force strength is almost below 70%, and I don't think that I will be able to keep it above 70% until the end of the campaign. So we are losing a primary objective for sure. I think the best that I can do right now is to try and force a draw, so that nobody wins. But okay, let's see what we can do here on the battlefield. I think my plan should be at this point to consolidate all available forces up here in the north. I don't know if this ally infantry here will start moving north if I do it myself, or if they will stay down here and hold Chervonoy. That in itself wouldn't be too bad, but I would prefer to have as much strength as possible up here. But we'll have to see. For now, let me take a quick look at my battle groups, see if we can improve anything. Okay, this tank platoon. They are bothering me because they're almost out of ammunition. But I can exchange them for the first tank platoon of the second tank company. These are only 2 tanks instead of 3, but I'd rather take 2 fully armed tanks instead of 3 that are out of ammunition. So we will do this. Then what else can we do? How's the ammunition situation looking? Not too great actually. I could exchange this unit for the second tank. I could exchange them for the second tank company command. Those would be 2 T-34s, which should also still be fresh. In exchange for what? In exchange for 2 T-34s, of which one is damaged and the other has also some issues, probably with ammunition. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's exchange this. The armored car should stay in this unit, I hope. Maybe it might not be available in this turn, but afterwards it should be there once again. Nothing that we can do here. No. But here we have the T-26 as reinforcement, which is nice. Okay, let's keep looking. The second tank brigade. What about you? I could give some mobility up here to the command, but they do not need that. They're inside of tanks, so they wouldn't benefit from trucks. And there's nothing else that we can do for them at the moment. So we leave it as it is. Here in this unit, there's certainly something that we can do. These guys are out of ammunition. This is the first company command. I could exchange them for the... Oh, for the battalion commander. That's actually a good thing to do. I'll give him a truck, because having him on the battlefield together with the forward observer for the mortar battery, I think will mean that we can use the mortar battery during the battle. We are not just limited to using it as scheduled artillery. We can make adjustments during the fighting. So that can be very powerful. Let's give these guys some trucks. They lost theirs. We have scouts that we could insert into a unit here. Into one of these 2. That is an interesting prospect. That could be a good thing. I will have to take a quick look on the map to see where each unit is. Regardless of that though, this unit here needs trucks, so they'll get some. There's no support that I can give them. Let me see who is most likely to be in trouble. Okay, these guys, they are pulling back. Most likely to be in trouble is actually this unit here. So the scouts will be assigned to them with some trucks. Okay. Now, what about unit movements? Now that we have made some changes in the unit organization, where will everybody go? I still want this unit to move up north to join up with the others. The roads are still a catastrophe because of the mud, so they cannot move very far. It has improved a little bit though. They are also dead tired, I can imagine. Yeah, some of them are very much so. Okay, where do I get you guys? Do I hope that this unit here will make space for you? I'll move you like this. You should... When I can get them on the road here, they should be able to move fast towards the north. This unit here, I need to get north as well. Urgently, in fact. So I will try to move them in this direction. Towards the north, up here towards the road. The tanks... Yeah, what do I do with the tanks? I imagine that the enemy will continue to push up this road towards Koklovka. So the enemy's main focus, I expect it to be in this area. I think it might be best to move the tanks north, so that they can screen Koklovka and prevent the enemy from capturing that. Let's do that. We'll also join both tank forces together. Or should I move these guys just up to here? What do I do with you? Let's see, if the enemy attacks up here, then this will basically be the battlefield area. If they attack up here, then we will basically have, I guess, all of this as battlefield area. It's always hard to say how the battlefield will develop. But that's actually a good thing, because it makes the game less predictable. Having a predictable game would get boring quite fast. This infantry unit. I should move you closer towards the town. This position here would be good for them, but the AI has placed a gun battery there. With no guns. What is this? Only the company commander and the forward observer. Nothing else. Please move away and let my infantry unit go there. I hope they do that. Now for this tank unit, I still need to move you somewhere. I will leave this infantry unit here on this key point, I think. They can continue to hold there. The tanks, however. Yeah, let's combine both tank forces into one powerful unit. Let's do that. So I think at this point we have moved everything who we need to move. This infantry is staying. The repair unit, we can move that closer to the tanks. Let's do that. Okay. Yep, that's everything that I can do at the moment. So, I guess we end our movement phase and let's see what the enemy does. And what our friendly AI does. Yeah, they're pushing up the road. This is getting spicy. This is getting very spicy here. So the friendly AI has pulled out of the area. Completely. Leaving my tank units and my infantry unit that I moved forward to defend Koklovka. To defend the outskirts of Koklovka here. We are up against an enemy pioneer unit. Combat engineers. They are most likely already weakened. However, I see here what might be a fresh unit. And if that is a fresh unit, it might get difficult. Also, I do not see what else they are bringing. They could have more units in this battle. And I believe they will have more units in this battle. And I just can't see them at the moment because they're too far away from my troops. So that's the situation that we find ourselves in. Also here in the south, the enemy is making movements. They are encircling Zolkavshchina. So they are not completely abandoning their plan to capture that little village. Therefore I expect them to capture this next turn. I hope I can pull out my units in time. I won't be able to defend this, I don't think so. But okay. For now we have to fight this battle. Who knows what will be next turn. For now, let's take care of this. Let's go to the battlefield. Welcome to our battlefield for today. We are fighting for the village of Koklovka. And this fight, I think, will be quite gruesome. So we know that there is a, well, relatively huge enemy force in this area, with one or most likely more units that are still completely fresh. I think my only chance to win this battle is to lure these guys into an ambush. Ideally, they will advance up this road towards the village, and I will be able to ambush them in these fields. That would be the best case outcome. If I can get the enemies into these fields here, into the open, I can cut them down with my tanks and with machine guns. I have sprinkled some scouts across the battlefield. I hope that those will spot any enemies in time that are trying to sneak around. My T-50 tanks, well, all of them are on this flank here, and they will support these scouts if required. Our main force is inside the town. However, on the left flank here I have multiple squads that are basically out of ammunition, so that will be challenging if the enemy decides to come down this way. Over here I do have a few scouts in position to ambush the enemy if he comes up this little path, and I also have two T-34 standing by to support. I think in this battle I will have to play it very clever. I will have to move my troops around a lot. I will have to see where the enemy's main effort is and then blunt it. And I will have to launch local counterattacks. Problem though, as you can see, we have some heavy fog. And, by the way, we have one T-34 that is out of fuel. So he is basically a defensive position here. Positioned in such a way that he can mostly cover that flank over there. This road, if the enemy should decide to come this way. There it is. I do have some scouts up here, I hope that they will warn me in time. Everybody is told to hold fire. And I hope they stick to it. Yeah, a lot of units out of ammunition. Or with very little left. This guy, for example, what has he left? Yeah, just a few rounds basically, a few clips. Okay, let's use some time compression until the first things start to happen. So far, no artillery, no nothing. What is this over here? Loudspeaker, interesting. No, it's a light. I thought it was a loudspeaker. Okay, still nothing. Artillery. Where? Where is it hitting? Is it hitting where my tanks are? That would be unpleasant. I think it's hitting over here. I can see craters. That's fine. If the artillery is so far off target, that's fine by me. This game, to prevent basically a free-for-all immediately as the battle starts, it reduces the visibility of each unit in the first 5 minutes. So during the first 5 minutes, the visual observation capabilities of each unit will increase to the standard level. So we still have 2 minutes where the enemy could basically sneak up on me. They still can though. I mean, the heavy fog does not go away immediately. What? How? What? Who? Oh. What got killed? Cut that out. Who got killed? Oh, it's just a truck. Okay, so they are shelling the town. That is to be expected. No big issue, to be honest. The truck got caught in a bad position, but other than that, this is fine. So everybody has regained their full vision capabilities. Just, of course, dampened by the fog right now. Do I send out patrols, though? That's a good question. I could do that. I could send out patrols, scouting groups, in the hopes of finding the enemy. But, to be honest, I have covered all approaches to the village with scouts, or with the main force here in the center. So, having scouts walk around the battlefield across these open fields here would not get me any benefit right now. We just have to watch out for the enemy. And then we will have to react to the first sightings. Let's increase the time compression. Still nothing. This is somehow scarier than a full-on assault immediately. More artillery is raining down on the town. Yeah, hitting everywhere basically. Very dispersed. Oh, did a shell land near the tank here? Are you okay? It says broken. Light strike chassis. Not sure if that was already the case before this battle. I don't see any debris that fell off the tanks, so I assume that was already the case. Yeah, some of my tanks are in serious need of repair. And, of course, in need of ammunition. They really need the ammunition. Immobilized. This guy had his fuel tank punctured and everything is lost. We need to get him into a repair shop and we need to resupply him with fuel somehow. Right now he's just an armored pillbox. But okay, so far so good. No enemies. By the way, I doubt that I will be able... There we go. Enemies left flank. Now, is that the main force or is it just a scouting party? My scouts here are ready to engage. Look at them. They have an officer with them, that's interesting. And that's also good. It will allow me to kill them and to deal them a heavy blow immediately. There's quite a lot of them. My scouts are still hidden. They are very ready to open up though. Oh, look at this. Yeah, please bunch up everybody. You couldn't do me a bigger favor. Bunch up in one huge pile. There's still more coming. Might be a whole platoon coming down here. Yep, there comes more. Yeah, there's another officer. This is a whole platoon coming down this way. The good thing is, I have two T-34s standing by, very near these scouts. They will immediately drive up. And we will just attempt to crush this enemy force and inflict as many casualties as possible in a short amount of time. Oh, this will be epic. Okay, they're coming closer. I will have to open up now. Let's get the tanks up. I need ambushes like this. Look at this. We caught their whole column. Out in the open. They're now throwing smoke. I guess they will attempt to disengage. There, the officer is running. Please somebody shoot him. Oh yeah, these guys are completely pinned. This was brutal. My scouts did a wonderful job. And here come the tanks up the road. Tanks, you are free to open up. And together with the tanks we might launch an immediate counterattack here. To really drive the message home that this area is not good for them. Let's see, tanks, line formation, stay kinda close together. Go. Okay. I cannot expend too much ammunition. I have to be a bit careful with that. The enemy is well suppressed. We have the tanks in position. There's a machine gun that wants trouble. Let's see. This squad could move up together with that tank, and that squad could move together with this tank. So that's exactly what we'll be doing. You guys, I want you to attack. I want the infantry to stay behind the tanks. Get into column formation. No, stay in line. Infantry behind the tanks. That's fine. Attack that way. Together with this tank, you'll do the same. The third group, they will just hold here and provide suppression. So this is off to a good start. Question is now, what will the enemy do? Will they maybe direct more forces down this way? Or will they just shell me to... Oh my god, heavy artillery. That's bad. Do they have an artillery spotter here? Okay, in that case we have to change things. You will... Yeah, that just cost me more lives than anything else. Damn it. And the artillery is now... Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Retreat. Retreat, guys. Tanks. Damn it, now I'm running into command point problems. I need to stop those tanks, but I need a few more command points to do that. Okay, tanks, you stop right there. Try to provide some suppression so that the infantry can retreat. I lost 10 men to the artillery. God damn it. There's still Germans in this field. Do I attack with the infantry, yes or no? Okay, the tanks are starting to spot men. They're starting to take them out. Yeah, okay, you know what? We are going forward. We are doing it this way. You will throw smoke, and you will advance into that tree line. Go and chase these guys. While the tanks provide suppression. By the way, the commander died. I think. I think that was him. Yeah, the scouts are now going on the attack. The last remaining enemies here should be driven back. Okay, look at this, by the way. That's quite brilliant of the AI. They throw smoke grenades at the tanks to blind them. In this case it didn't work too well, but it's a good effort. Gotta give him that. It's a really good effort. Oh, tank has spotted somebody next to it and taken it out. How are my scouts looking? Didn't lose any additional men yet. It's a wonder that still some of these enemies are fighting, that they are not all simply running at this point. Their morale must be better than I thought. Because in their place I would be running. No questions about that. I'd be running out of here. Okay, I'll get one of the tanks. Damn it, more artillery. And quite big artillery. Jesus Christ, what was that? Okay, you know what? I cannot... Yeah, 4 more men dead, damn it. I cannot afford to have them go slow here. So I'll take them off, move with caution, and they will advance more rapidly towards the enemies. I need to get them out of the effective area of the artillery. Oh, there's quite a lot of enemies here. But we are decimating them now with the tanks. Yeah, this tank here, he is very trigger happy. And these 2 tanks are the fresh tanks from the 2nd tank company that we brought in, so they are still fully armed. No problem. Yeah, the rest of the enemies is being now killed off. My men are moving fast across the open ground. I did order them to use smoke though. They are not doing that right now. There's a machine gunner causing trouble. Let's have this tank advance. Yeah, the other tank spotted the machine gunner. So I expect this tank to move soon and to turn his way. Quite a lot of enemies inside this area. It's interesting. Tank? How about you turn that way so that you can use your bow machine gun to suppress? Yeah, there you go. Go get him. That was a nasty high explosive shell. Okay. How are the scouts looking? 16 losses. Almost half the men are dead. Damn the artillery. But I'd wager that the enemy is losing far more men. We have butchered this group. In my humble opinion, a whole platoon is being butchered here right now. There's not much they can do. I'll bring this tank over to this side, so that he can more directly support over here. I might use this tank to bring him around to shoot at anything out here in the field. Wow, there's a lot of guys in here. Lots of hand grenades being thrown. Scouts are doing well. Okay, there is something in the back here that I've just spotted. For a moment, I don't know what it is though. Maybe a vehicle, a truck. Never mind, the tanks will take care of it. Please turn the right way. Face the enemy. Okay, this is definitely more than I thought there would be. There are quite a lot of enemies. By the way, is not everybody ordered to shoot? Yeah, the truck not. I don't care about the truck. Enemies out there in the open. Let me introduce you to the tank. Okay, now this tank needs to move out here. Go and support the guys over there. So this group of scouts is apparently retreating. Yeah. Wow, this guy has lost almost everybody in his squad. He's the last survivor. Okay, so the enemy resistance is stiffening. Maybe I should pull back now. There are definitely even more enemies here than I expected. I think we might do well to retreat everybody who's still alive. You guys. Fall back. Just fall back. And I will have you fall back to here. Or executed partially, damn it. The tank is here to support you. Now please fall back. Let's have everybody fall back individually. So this group, they have received their order, they're doing well. These guys, they still haven't. Move back, please. No, didn't have enough command points. Do it. Under fire, who? Oh, it's here. The town is under fire for some reason. I guess those are just stray bullets landing here. Red smoke is being dropped, so enemy guns. Yeah. Enemy guns in the distance. Judging by this red smoke, I expect this to be light infantry guns. But still, there's a battery of those things over there in the direction of the barn. They are shooting smoke rounds. We can have a quick look. Yeah, okay, we can't see them at the moment, but they are here. They are here and they are trying to shoot smoke rounds at us. Not very nice of them, gotta say. Okay, these guys are suppressed. I need you out of there. Move out. The tank will cover you as much as he can. I wonder, can I deploy a smoke screen with the tank? I don't think so. He has smoke shells, yes, but these are just smoke grenades basically that he throws out the hatch. So another group is retreating. Yeah, these 5 guys. It's fine. It's fine. They are using a path that is not ideal, but it's fine. Regardless of my losses here right now, the ambush worked. The ambush worked and I doubt that the enemy will try to advance through this area. question that I have now is, will my tank here be able to spot the light infantry guns? And I guess this here must be an anti-tank rifle. Yeah, it is. No problem for the T-34s. If this tank is able to spot the light infantry guns, he could very well take them out without too many issues. You guys, are you retreating? Please tell me you are retreating, right? Okay. Retreat, please. The tank is trying to hold the enemy at bay to give my infantry the opportunity to retreat. But in any case, this scout unit is now pretty much worthless. Okay, the light infantry guns are shooting again. They are shooting with smoke to block the line of sight for my tank. And also to mark us out for everybody on the battlefield. Still no enemy movements anywhere else. I wonder if I should take these two tanks and try to engage those infantry guns. I feel like it could be very useful to do that. Just drive up towards this. Oh, they just hit their own guy. And he is not having a great time. No, he's not. More artillery starts to land, or it's still the infantry guns now shooting high explosive. I mean, at range, those infantry guns can't do anything to my tanks. So, getting the tanks a bit forward and shooting at those guns, using the opportunity that we have right now, that the enemy is on the run. You know what, let's do it. Get the tank over here. The tank is currently trying to kill this officer, which is also not a bad thing, and it looks like he was successful. Very much so. And now the whole scout group is retreating. But it's fine. It's fine, it really is. They are running. I'm keeping this tank here for the moment, just so he can provide some more covering fire until they are out of the area. Back in those bushes over there. Am I getting greedy with this T-34? I don't think so. I think this is a very real opportunity to take out some high-value targets. If he can spot them again, that is. I guess the smoke is interfering right now. But it's fine. It's really fine. Tank, do you have that gun over there in your sights? Okay, I guess this was a mortar. Or it is... Oh, there are more guns. Okay, I do have to be a bit more careful. I don't know what that is. Could be an anti-tank gun. Two guns moving over there. Towards who knows what. But I guess that could indeed be an anti-tank gun. It doesn't look like a light infantry gun. So in that case, tank, see if you can target that. He has fired a few shells towards these guns over there, which is good. Very good. But they are now responding with smoke rounds again. Okay, he's getting eyes on that gun. Come on, shoot at it. The smoke is now interfering. Yeah. The smoke messed up the line of sight. Please reacquire it. No? Aw. What a shame. It is your designated main target. Alright. What was that? High explosive shell. Okay. Not much to worry about. One of the light infantry guns landed a hit, that's all. That's all, yeah. No danger here. He seems to be aiming at parts of members of that gun crew over there. Oh, you lost your target, did you? No, you didn't. Okay, it's still the gun. Did the scouts retreat? Mostly, yeah. This group is still here. Please, guys, get out of here. Just get out. That looked like another high explosive shell on the reverse the tank. They have found their range. I don't want them to have an easy time. So I'll move the tank a bit. Maybe those were also grenades thrown by infantry soldiers. It's hard to tell. No, no, those are not grenades. I'm being shelled by something. Not quite sure by what. Is it the light infantry guns? Are they shooting? They have thrown smoke in front of their own position. They are not shooting, but who is? Could be mortars. Jesus, okay. Yeah, I believe I'm being shelled by mortars. Enemy mortar. Oh, look at that. We have enemies moving through the center now. Moving towards the town. Okay, and it looks like they're moving up guns to support this attack. Let's have the tank reverse once again. Yeah, he's being shelled by mortars. Okay, I think I will need to move back this group so that they don't get spotted. Or can they remain hidden here? It's a very good question. Are they in the direct path of the enemy assault? Or can they remain hidden in this position and give me some very useful insight on the enemies? It doesn't look like they're in the enemy's path, so I'll keep them there for the moment. These enemies are walking straight into the trap set by this tank. If they are out here in the field in the open, then this cemetery position here, this scout group, will ambush them. That is the plan right now. Okay. How's the situation here looking? The tank is still engaging infantry. Scouts, have they pulled out? Mostly yes. Most of them have managed to pull out. But that infantry there now has spotted the scouts and is engaging them. That's alright. It diverts their attention towards that direction. So these guns that are moving up, that I cannot distinguish right now what they are. No chance, no visuals here. The question is, what will they do? And will I maybe be able to use some of my remaining T-50s for a move around the flank? Because we have some broken terrain up here, some woods, low grounds, that could help mask tank movement towards the flank here. Then we could engage from this wooded area. But it's too uncertain, to be honest. I don't want to lose more T-50s to reckless attacks. Over. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Somehow sensitivity spiked. Over there, in the distance, I see muzzle flashes. There's the mortar battery. That's the mortar battery back there. Okay. Reverse the tank once again. There's a lot of shells in flight right now. There's not much a mortar shell can do to a tank, even with a direct hit. But still, it's good to know where the enemy mortars are, because I might be able... The enemy's defense on this flank seems to be weak. I might be able to use these two T-34s for a move around and then come up here and just slaughter their rear ranks. The T-34s are very good for that task. Extremely good. Okay, the enemy is out in the open. The T-34... I actually don't want the T-34 to engage these guys. He would be wasting too much ammunition. So I'll tell him to only shoot when he has a good target. And in fact, we will pull this tank back to a position here. Same with this one. You will go here. Pull back. And be ready to defend this open ground. Also this tank. Drop that target. I immediately found another. It's fine, it's fine. Everything's still fine. Now, the thing with this infantry group, yes, they are moving. They are shooting at something in the town. Okay, that I do not appreciate. Are they shooting at these houses here? I think they must be. So have they spotted that infantry inside these houses? And if yes, how? Let's observe. Okay, you are shooting pretty much directly at these houses. Yes, yes you are. Okay. I kind of... Okay, more artillery. It's good that I got the tanks out of there. More heavy artillery landing. Moving around and slaughtering their rear rank might not be a bad idea. What is left of the scout group? Okay, one squad has been completely destroyed. I have 10 men remaining with very little ammunition between them. So these 5 guys are basically what is still left here. Okay, here's what we'll do. So the depleted guys, they are obviously moving back into the village. Because they are useless at this point. So, oh, I actually don't want you to move that way. You will go covertly, please. Just get out of the area. That tank is receiving fire. I did tell him to drive away from there. Why he's not doing that, I don't know. I hope he didn't lose a track. Turn the tank that way, please. If you would be so kind. Or just reverse it, come on. Just move. It says broken. Track, battery sides, chassis engine. Don't tell me your track is broken. Doesn't look to be broken. Your engine is fine. Move the damn thing. Battery. Engine. Oh, the engine is damaged. Oh, damn it. How did they do that? Doesn't look like a direct hit. Bonk. That's bad. Okay, that is bad. So suddenly, taking out the enemy rear ranks with a good tank assault doesn't sound like the worst idea. It's their mortars that are causing issues here. Okay, let's have this tank move up that way so that he can help out this guy. We need to provide some covering fire for him. Enemy is moving closer to the town. This tank is not really in a position to engage them. It's very unfortunate. I would have liked for them to get closer to the cemetery. But this is fine too. The question is just... do I... yeah, I am starting to take losses apparently. We lost one man. They're opening up with machine guns. I do not appreciate that. I have this T-26 that I could very well use to fight this enemy assault. However, the enemy is bringing up some kind of gun. Still, if I move the T-26 up to here on the road, he will get eyes that way. Or I move the T-26 over here and I move one of the T-34s up here and have him watch that direction where the guns are. Maybe he will get eyes on. That sounds sensible. Okay, T-26. I want you to move to that position. Once you are there, you are free to open up. T-34. I want you on the road, driving up to here. You still have some ammunition, not a lot, but 13 high explosive shells. If I can get eyes on those guns, it might just be enough. Okay. Give the T-26 a push first. That's fine. Why is this guy stopping? There he goes. Continue. Might be hesitating because of the other tank. Okay, he's moving now. T-34. Have you stop here. Have you orient that way. Only fire if you are certain that you will hit. And please focus on those two guns if you can see them. If they should open up, you are in a good position to engage. I will take you off infantry. I will give you permission to fire. So what I did right now is I told him that he's not allowed to fire at infantry. I hope that will make sure that he doesn't fire on these guys, but he will fire on the guns in the background. Now that he's allowed to open up. This tank here, he might not be in a perfect position, but I don't think it will get any better. So I might have him open up as well. Okay, the T-26 is now in a position where he can start to support. It's a good infantry support tank actually. He has a machine gun, a coaxial here. He also has a machine gun in the back of the turret. And an anti-aircraft mount on top of the turret. That he won't use, of course, because the commander doesn't want his head to get blown off. Yeah, this tank you are free to fire if you find targets. But do conserve ammunition. Yeah, I already told you that. Good. Okay, the enemy advancing through this field towards the houses should have a hard time, but we are losing men. We lost 8 men already in this force, and now the artillery is starting to rain down on us. This artillery is proving to be very annoying. Enemy mortars, still an annoyance. By the way, I might have to bring my scouts back here so that they can protect the tank. Or what's left of the scout group. You guys. Yeah, actually, that's just what you'll do. Go here. You are tasked with protecting the tank. This battle is not going to end with me annihilating the enemy force. I doubt that I have the ammunition for that. I just want to force a ceasefire and hold on to the town. That's what's important here. Holding on to this town. I don't care if they capture anything else. I really don't. Okay, look at that. They're bringing up the guns onto the bump here. So the bump is a little hill that overlooks the battlefield here. It is a nice position for any kind of observer or gun. It can cover a big area. Oh, that's not too good for me. Tanks here are still fighting. Trying to protect themselves. This guy, the engine must be busted. I don't know how it happened. We will see that in the after battle review. But maybe a direct big artillery shell landing on the engine? Or behind the engine? Something like that. Or a very lucky mortar round landing straight on the engine deck. But I don't see an impact. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Look at those markers over there in the distance. That is the enemy mortar battery. I'm quite sure that they are over there where these trucks are. So close. And yet so far. I can't advance on them at the moment. This tank. Can you see those guns, or are they behind the bump? They are still behind the bump. Okay, so they do not have eyes on us. That's very interesting. I still have tanks in reserve. I could move a tank force around and fight that mortar unit. Just clean out the enemy back ranks here. And that might force the enemy to a ceasefire. That might do it. Or it might not. Everybody here, you are all free.
That is something that you will discover next week. Today's video has been quite long already.
Also, the scouts in the cemetery are in a good position to fight
them on a thunder run behind the enemy lines just to take out their support units.
Yes, they are.
Will this time be more successful than a certain previous attempt where I lost a bunch of T-50s?
Distance shooting.
Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and that you have the notifications activated, so that you don't miss the answer to that question. Also, do take a look at the new Silent Hunter campaign that I'm starting to release on this channel.
T-50s.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing
next to the cemetery.
Until then, have some great days.
Where they might be able to engage that battery. How far is this away from